Peter Murrell has been moved to Cushy HMP Dumfries ahead of sentencing after getting dog's abuse at Edinburgh's tough Saughton Nick. The SNP fraudster, who's 61, is understood to have been moved out of HMP Edinburgh in recent days. The move took place earlier than expected after Murrell was taunted 24/7 about his crimes and his wife Nicola Sturgeon. Murrell will be sentenced at the High Court in Edinburgh on the 23rd of June for embezzling over £400,000 from the SNP in a crime spree stretching over a decade. And it's revealed Nicola Sturgeon won't visit Murrell in jail, and the SNP fraudster said he didn't want protected status in tough Saughton prison. But an insider said he was getting dog's abuse 24/7. It appears that the grim reality of prison is very different to how he thought it would be. He should have taken up the offer of being kept separate from normal cons. Now he can't wait to get moved to another nick. A lot of taunts are about his wife, which isn't nice. Being in jail is tough for anyone, no matter what people think, but for someone like Murrell, who has been used to a very comfortable life outside, it will be a nightmare. The Scottish Prison Service is understood to be reluctant to move prisoners away from the court they're due to be sentenced in to cut down on travel time, but prison overcrowding means they frequently have to juggle prisoners around to free up space. HMP Dumfries holds just 135 long and short-term inmates. They can invite relatives to cook and eat with them in a kitchen set-up to ensure family relationships are maintained. And lags can also enrol in educational classes, gym sessions and take part in a 5k run of laps around the prison's gardens. We told in January how cons there have been treated to pet therapy sessions to help reduce stress levels. Joinery, cooking and gardening is also available at the jail, hailed as having excellent staff-prisoner relationships. And as Murrell gets switched to a different prison, the former First Minister Nicola Sturgeon posted pics of herself on a canal boat in London on the eve of his guilty plea. A source explained she has moved on with her life down there and wouldn't want to be seen going to prison. They're still married on paper, but despite them spending Easter and Christmas together, it's over. The divorce will go through once they know what's happening with their shared finances, such as the house in Glasgow, which is tied up with Murrell's court action. And it's been revealed that Peter Murrell sold his holiday villa in Portugal after getting the taxpayers to fork out for his legal fight. Nicola Sturgeon's disgraced husband successfully applied for legal aid last April after being charged with embezzling SNP cash. He had his application for discounted representation during trial accepted by the Scottish Legal Aid Board, but 6 months after it was approved, the luxury Algarve home was sold off. The villa overlooking the stunning Nossa Senhora da Rocha beach was jointly owned by Murrell, his sister and some family friends. The Telegraph reports Murrell sold the villa to an investment firm in October 2025. Despite house prices not being made public, homes in the area have been for sale from anything from £346,000 to £518,000. Legal aid cash is normally saved for those who are unable to fund their own court fights. Those applying are allowed up to £222 of disposable cash per week, and other assets like second homes and jewellery are also taken into account. Murrell's assets, including pensions and share of his home in Uddingston, were all frozen when he was charged as part of Operation Branchform. And the independent activist whose cop complaint sparked Peter Murrell's downfall has reported under fire John Swinney to police for alleged fraud. Sean Clerkin seized on remarks from the First Minister when he admitted cash raised in 2017 for a future referendum campaign had been spent while continuing to defend the SNP over the missing money. The activist triggered the original police investigation into financial irregularities in the party in spring 2021, which eventually morphed into the Murrell fraud probe, codenamed Operation Branchform. But Mr Clerkin is angry the investigation didn't reveal what happened to the party donations.
What I've done this afternoon is I've went back into Police Scotland and asked for the reopening of the entire police investigation regarding the missing £666,000, because that was my original complaint. I'm now calling for John Swinney to resign as First Minister, because it's quite clear they've been covering this up for years, because back in the day, from 2017 onwards, right through to the 2020s, the SNP were saying at official level and at senior level the money was there. The money was ring-fenced within a referendum fund, and that was ring-fenced and would only be used for campaigning on a second independence referendum. And they kept saying that for years, and then all of a sudden today, for the very first time, they said, "Oh, the money's been spent; it's all gone." So absolutely astonished at how casually he was about saying this, and he should resign. He's got to go.
Murrell's jail move was first flagged by pro-Indy website Wings Over Scotland and later confirmed by the Scottish Sun. The Scottish Prison Service said, "We don't comment on individuals." The ex-Nats chief executive was remanded in custody at Edinburgh High Court after he admitted embezzling more than £400,000 from the party to purchase luxury goods. He'll be sentenced on the 23rd of June.